Early morning thoughts about Jimmy Kimmel's opening monologue, and this is going to surprise a lot of you. I go to bed really early and I live on the West Coast. I didn't watch the entirety until early this morning. It's 5:30 right now. But I watched just the clip that was kind of circulating last night where he gets emotional and talked about how he would never celebrate the murder of a young man. He didn't mention Charlie Kirk's name, I'm not sure. I think he said I wanted to talk about the fact that I would never celebrate the murder of a young man. I wrote on Instagram the moment it happened and I meant it. He gets emotional. It was fairly early in the monologue. His voice cracks and he gets emotional. Now, am I shocked that he gets emotional? Absolutely not. This man cries all the time. But I liked that he spoke about it early and in the moment. And listen, I am hesitant to trust a lot of what Jimmy Kimmel says. If you've been listening to what I've been talking about a lot this week, I think he is, you know, I think he sees things very much through one eye, which is just through heavily on the liberal side. I think he hates the conservatives so much and hates Trump so much that it's hard for him. But that I thought was a beautiful statement. I'm so glad he said it. I liked that he said it with emotion. It did feel incredibly authentic. Trust me, I mean, I always say this, but I think it's important. I am a former casting director. I really do believe it was authentic and real and came from the heart. Now, some of my friends that are coming from the conservative side feel like he is incredibly, he ruined it because then he went on to attack Trump and a lot of the conservatives. But here's how I look at it. Jimmy Kimmel is not going to all of a sudden change who he is. Jimmy Kimmel is a hardcore liberal, and he is allowed to be. He is allowed to go onto his platform every single night and still continue to fight for what he believes in. And that is the power and freedom of America. And no one should be shocked that he then went on to fight for what he believes was an attack on free speech, and that is okay. See, that's the amazing part of this country, and that's why I never believed that this was something that he should not feel in any way that he is stifled or shouldn't be able to speak. I do believe it was about that one line about Charlie Kirk's death and the shooter and the MAGA line. Do you think, I have no idea what's really going on in Trump's mind. Do you think that Trump is really trying to shut him up because he makes fun of Trump? Maybe. Trump has such an ego. It's possible, totally. But let him keep making fun of Trump. Honestly, he should keep making fun of Trump. If he didn't keep making fun of Trump, then it would be weird. Then it would feel like he was being forced to not make fun of Trump. And then it would feel like Trump had some sort of control over what was being told on late night TV, which I don't want to see. I don't want to see our president or our government having any control over what's being said on late night TV. And I agree with that completely. I think he did an interesting job, saying that like even Democrats and Republicans on both sides agree with the idea of free speech. And then he brought up the, Ted Cruz line. He made it funny or whatever. He made fun of Brendan Carr and brought up the Cybertruck, which is just like an ongoing joke. And it's like, fine. I don't take any of that stuff to heart. And it's like, it's fine. Look, if you are going into late night TV or SNL or any of these shows wanting and looking to be offended, you will be. That's what it comes down to. You will be offended. You cannot look and go to any of these things trying and finding and wanting to be offended, because you will be offended. But the important thing is he made it clear that he was saddened and devastated by the murder of Charlie Kirk. And and I honestly believe this was everything, is that he ended his monologue mentioning Erica. He mentioned Erica Kirk, and he said that what she did at the end of her grieving moment during the memorial of Charlie Kirk on Sunday was that she was able to forgive her husband's murderer, okay? And he said, as a believer of Jesus, which he is, and he started to get emotional, he said, that is the most amazing thing. Of course he got emotional. And that was such a beautiful way to end it. He made it clear that he watched the memorial. I don't know if he watched the memorial, but he watched that part. He made a moment to share that he was a fan of what Erica did, that she forgave her husband's killer, and there should be more of that. I mean, what else do we want? Do we want him to go all of a sudden as like a robot and be like, I love all people across all political parties? Please. Please. I thought it was a wonderful monologue. It's exactly what you would expect. And you know what? What the conservatives that are offended should hope is that if the tables ever get turned and they ever try to pull any conservatives off the air for free speech issues, they can pull this up and be like, evidence number one. And hopefully the liberals can say, ooh, we need to shut up, right? That's the best you can hope for. That's just my honest opinion as someone that tries to stay in the middle.